Hello, welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. Today's edition we're covering Stage 7 of Hatila 2022, the SRA match at Hatila at the Finnish Armor Brigade training ranges. Now this one, super cool. You've taken an enemy trench and you start out in your starting box. They give you an AK that is set up for UTM training rounds, and literally your starting position is with the AK buried in the chest of the enemy. You fire your one shot, and at that point the rifle becomes a stick, but that stick has to go wherever you go. So you take it with you and you start engaging paper targets that are down in the trench. So you're running above the trench, looking down, trying to keep your foot and trying not to fall, as some of us did, and engage those targets. Once you've engaged all the targets in the trench, you have a series of the Yasta targets out there that simulate an enemy counterattack coming your way, and you engage them as well. This is an all pistol stage because your rifle ran dry, killing that one guy at point blank range. And you do all this until you've engaged all your targets, and then the stage is over. Let's go take a look at how it went.
Stand by! You're good. Done.
Okay, so at this stage, starting to get a little gassed. It's the hottest day of the year in Finland, probably about in the equivalent of the mid-90s back here in the U.S. While I was enjoying saying that, hey, this ain't so bad, the truth of the matter is he was getting to me too. Additionally, this is where zones of fire come into play, because while you have this 90-90-90 rule, you also have very specific zones of fire, and you'll see these in the videos of these white cards with orange arrows pointing in a direction that says you got to keep your fire in this little cone. And in that trench, it's a very narrow cone, and you can bypass a target very easily and be out of the zone to engage it. So it was moving probably pretty slow in comparison, because I was definitely, one, afraid of missing a target, and two, afraid of what happening to me. What actually happened was building up so much momentum that when you come around, the target becomes visible and you stop and you turn, it's like, whoa, my feet went out from under me. Luckily, when I fell, the RO was very cool. He said, you're good, you've maintained control of your firearm, keep going. So engaged the targets, then got up, got moving, got over the Yastas, got those pretty much one for one. And then at the end, did the mandatory reload. When I hit slide lock, there was a mandatory reload required, but it was your choice to do it. With the number of targets and the number of double taps, I'd done the math in my head, said I'm going to hit slide lock long before I run out of targets. So just made the thing do a slide lock reload when it occurs. Did it, grabbed the last few targets, stage was over. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the RO pointed out that when I fell, I maintained control of my firearm and kept it in the safe zone of where to go, so he didn't have any problem with that, and said there was no reason for a DQ, which was thankfully good to hear, because one would hate to fly across an ocean to shoot a match and then DQ yourself for doing something silly. Again, a super cool stage for training. Real world thing. You got a trench, you're taking a trench from the enemy, they're counterattacking you after you've done so. Whether you would do it all with a pistol, now that's an interesting equation, but hey, you got to deal with what life deals you. Hope you found this stage coverage helpful and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in tomorrow for Stage 8, the final stage.